when factoring, it's important that we understand what perfect square trinomials are. Because if we can identify a perfect square trinomial, it makes our factoring very easy. Now what's important about our perfect square trinomials is that our first and our last term are perfect squares. In other words, if I took the square root of that term, I would get a nice whole number. So when we look at something like 81x squared, that's a perfect square. Because when I take the square root of it, I'll get 9x. And 4 is also a perfect square, because when I take the square root of it, I'll get 2. And also, our linear term is going to be the result of multiplying the square root of this and 2. So we double the product of our square roots. And since we have this perfect square trinomial right up here, we understand that it will factor down to the square root of this plus the square root of that squared. So instead of going through the work of factoring by grouping, since this is plus plus, we understand that this will become 9x plus 2 squared. Done. And over here we can also have a perfect square trinomial that's plus minus. And believe it or not, the only difference from there will be that we'll take the difference of the square root of this and square it. Perfect square, perfect square. The product of 2 and the 2 perfect squares. So we get 5x minus 12 squared.